I'm New Orleans psychic medium Carrie Roy, and I'm here with my bestie and fellow paranormal investigator, Misty Gaither. Here we are tonight at an amazing location.
Oh, this is great. This is, we're at 623 Ursulines. It is the Haunted Hotel, a perfect name for a perfect place.
It is haunted, 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 and we're here to kind of go through it and find all the nooks and crannies where there might be some paranormal activity occurring. And we are bringing them to you, some of the answers that we find as to why spirits stay and why they are haunting America's most active city, right?
It is the most haunted city in all of the world, and people come here just to experience all of this that we get to do.
Yes, and the Haunted Hotel is a wonderful location that y'all can book a night and come here and do your own paranormal investigation. It is very famous for a infamous case that was here in New Orleans in the 1900s, early 1900s.
Very
right?
early 1900s, and they have not caught the person. They did not catch him back then. He's still, well, I'm sure he's dead now, but he's still at large, and the case has not been solved.
And we are talking about a serial killer known as the Axeman.
I know that the Axeman was a serial killer back in 1919, where he sent out this letter and told everyone that if they weren't playing jazz music, he would come into their home and give them the axe. And I know he had many, many, many victims. As far as I know, they never were able to find out exactly who it was.
And tonight we are at the hotel where the Axeman is reported to have lived while he was carrying out all of his gruesome and grisly crimes here.
And not only did the Axeman reportedly stay here, but it's rumored to be at least over 10 murders that has happened on this property.
On this particular property. Oh boy, yeah.
So it's very active here. You walk in, you feel it, you know it. And I just really can't wait till we start investigating, because I mean, it's already here.
And so here we go. We're going to head into the interior of the building and start checking out some of the rooms that have had the most paranormal activity. So we have some really nifty equipment that we're going to be using tonight in our investigation. Now, this piece of equipment that I have is a temperature gauge. Another thing that goes along with paranormal investigations are temperature changes. If you've watched ghost shows, you've seen people talk about cold spots. And I'm here to tell you, it is a thing. And we feel them when we do paranormal investigations. I've been feeling them since we came into the building, and it is just another piece of equipment that you will see that we can measure temperature changes that are happening. Did you just hear that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was 2 knocks.
Yeah, I just heard that. I hope y'all got that, because that was weird. Okay, well, everybody's wanting to get in on the act.
Is there anyone that's here? If it is, can you make a knock? Can you knock on something?
I heard that.
It was like 2, it was like boom,
Boom,
boom.
boom.
Just us and the crew. That's the only people
that are in this building.
Entire building, in the whole hotel, it is just us here.
Yeah,
so it's nothing
empty.
that anyone did. Or,
Nobody is in another room that could be making that sound.
Right. And you know what? I don't think they'd want to be in that other room, because it's mega haunted too.
Yeah, we're going to check that one out too. And then what equipment do you have?
Well, I brought the people who have seen the last 2 episodes have seen the L rods and how that they are really effective in communicating with yes or no answers.
Yes.
So if you want to ask me a couple of questions, and that way we can show them.
We can show them how these L rods work. Okay, I'm going to stand up and we're going to help get you centered. Now, when you're using L rods, you want to send all your weight down into the floor. You want to get real steady. Take a few deep breaths before you start, and then relax into yourself.
Okay.
Okay? So I'm going to start, and I am going to ask, If there is anyone here who wishes to communicate with us, can you please cross the rods? Whoa, you're feeling it. I would say that that's an affirmative. If you are a female, will you please uncross the rods? If you are a female, would you please uncross the rods? If you are a male, would you uncross the rods? Whoa, okay. Well, we got ourselves a male. If you lived in the 1900s, would you please cross the rods? I would say that they lived in the 1900s.
I'm going to have to set just a minute.
Okay, yeah, relax. That was intense. I could feel it moving. I could feel it moving those rods. I felt like there was a man standing right in front of you. How did you feel?
I really feel the intense part of it. Feel anger.
Okay, yeah.
I really do. I picked up on a name, but I just want to wait before I say anything.
Sure.
I mean, I can try to explain to you how that I was feeling.
Please do,
Okay.
yeah.
I was feeling, like you said, it was somebody real close, a male, like
Felt like he was
presence,
right in
like,
front of you.
that came up to me, and I actually feel anger. You know, like when you're angry and you just want to clench
You clench your teeth,
mouth
yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how I'm feeling. Like I'm just feeling real angry and just real overwhelmed with anger.
Yes.
And that's not normally me.
No,
you know?
it isn't normally you.
And not only that, the temperature has changed.
The
in here.
temperature has plummeted. It is so cold right now. It went from being just, you know, a regular room temperature to the temperature feel like it's just dropped like 10
cold.
degrees.
Oh, at least.
So let's give a read here and see where we're at. Okay. 69, 64.
Put it over here just to see.
Yeah.
Because it's like
Oh,
really
now it's going
cold.
down again.
Yeah, it's like
going
really,
down.
really, really cold right now.
It's going down. Hold on. Look. Oh, 62.
Yeah,
it now jumped to 62.
It's like exactly right here.
I
and
can
that would
feel
be
it. I can
exactly
feel it.
like where he would be standing while
Oh
I'm
my
doing
God.
the rods.
Yeah, 62.
So it's dropped, what, 7 degrees?
It went from 69 to 62. And it's hanging steady right now at 62 degrees. This is very typical when there is a spirit present that the temperature drops, cold spots. But this is beyond cold spot. This is like meat locker cold spot. And I think that we're going to find out a little bit more about who this guy was going through this property. As I'm saying it, it feels like it's Siberia cold now.
It's really cold. Oh, this room is cold.
This is colder. That is, yeah.
Oh.
It feels like it's 10 degrees colder in here.
It really does. We thought that room was cold in there, but this one is just, it's so cold in here.
This is the tundra.
Yes.
And this means that there is spirit stuff here. I mean, usually you don't have that kind of a temperature drop. It's not a cold spot, it's a cold room.
The entire room is very cold.
And we were just in
114, and then we're in
now
113.
we're in 113.
Yes.
And this is an area that I believe has a lot of activity. I feel like there are a couple different spirits here. I don't think it's just the Axeman, although I think that's the number one that we're feeling. But I think there's other ones too.
Yes.
And I just felt like there was a lot of activity in this part of the hotel. Cool thing, you've got another piece of equipment that anybody can use, right?
It's called the Necrophonic app. And what it does is it sweeps through radio frequencies, and it is said that the spirits can manipulate, and it'll actually say words. So sometimes when you ask questions, sometimes it'll make an intelligence response. So we
Wow.
shall see if you want to try it out. My name is Misty. How many spirits are here with us right now? 3.
Did you hear that? It just said 3.
3. How many males are here? 2. I thought I heard it 2.
This is pretty creepy, this thing. This place has a bunch of spirits.
It
I'm
does.
serious.
Well, it said 3. Like,
Yes,
and
right
I
in
think I just
here,
said in
yeah.
this room.
Did you feel it get warmer? I
I
just felt it
did.
get warmer.
I did.
Let's see what we...
Is there any female spirits here? 1. So it said 2 male and 1 female. What is your name? The female, what is your name? Are you not allowed to speak? I thought I heard no. What is the male spirit's name here that's trying to keep her from speaking?
I can't make it out. Well, we have some interesting stuff here. I feel that we are on to the Axeman. I feel that the spirit that we connected with, that man in the other room, is the Axeman. I think he's here. What I think, because of all of this activity, I feel that there are other parts of this hotel that are equally, if not scarier.
And we're going.
And we're going
to another room. We're not
We are
leaving yet.
Going to another room.
Right.
In the Axeman's room, on the 100-year anniversary to the day of when he wrote the letter, I was fixing that room up for a couple from the UK. There was a couple of flies in the bathroom, and I killed them. And then like 2 o'clock in the morning, I get a knock on my door, and the couple said that there was bugs in their room. You know, I was like, well, the only thing I can do is switch you into a different room. And they were like, yeah, you know, we'd want to do that. And they asked if I wanted to come see the bugs. And when I get up there's like 300 flies all over the wall and the ceiling in the bathroom. And in the morning, we called the exterminator. And as soon as he saw it, you know, he was like, oh, I know exactly what this is. You know, these flies, they only swarm around dead carcasses. Like, you probably have something dead in the attic. You know, he crawled up in the attic, and he came back down, and he was like totally flabbergasted, because he said like from the center of the room over to the wall, there was like maggots and larvae covering the beams and the HVAC vents from the center of the room over to the bathroom, which was where the original Axeman room was. You know, it was from the center of the room all the way to the bathroom. He didn't know that at the time.
So here we are in the epicenter of the haunted hotel, in the room that is purportedly the room that the Axeman actually stayed.
And also, we would like to point out, this is the original brick that was here. And this is actually part of the wall that they made into a door.
In the Axeman's room.
Tell us what you're feeling exactly about the Axeman. Like, are you getting any kind of read on him? Like,
I sure am.
Okay.
Yeah,
Tell
I
us
sure
about
am.
that.
Been picking up things about this guy. First off, I think he was a good-looking guy. I don't think anybody would have suspected that he was a serial killer, kind of Ted Bundy, right?
Kind of blended in.
Blended in. Not only that, good-looking guy, you know, handsome, collegiate looks. I get he was not from New Orleans. I feel like a farm background, like he was a farmer or grew up on a farm and came to New Orleans. It's like the big city, you know, and he knew that he could find a lot of victims here. I feel that he targeted specific groups that he didn't think would be missed. He thought of himself as being smarter than anybody, a genius, right? He may have been, because he alluded, even now, nobody knows who this guy was, really.
Well, he had to be smart, like you said, to escape detection and certainly arrest. And
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, do you pick up and feel like this was his first killing spree?
Oh, no. I feel like this guy had, you know, serial killers don't just one day become serial killers. They have lifetimes, childhoods full of dysfunction and violence, animal torture, all sorts of stuff. This guy was a serial killer. And by the time he got here, he was really on like a rampage.
Are you picking up on any names or dates or just anything in particular about this, you know, like maybe the hair, anything that you pick up on?
I get him lighter colored. I feel it's interesting that he targeted Italians, from what I understand. He targeted Italians. I get him as being very light and clean cut, and I think he felt he was superior. I hear an R sound, and one of the things that psychics do is we hear things phonetically, right? And so I was getting an R sound in this purpose. Were you getting that sound too?
I actually got a name today.
Wow, oh great.
I actually got a name today, and I wrote it down before I even came here, and you said that you were getting an R sound.
I get an R sound, yeah. Robert, okay, yeah. That's an R sound. So we may have a first name here for our Axeman. Let's do a little digging.
Okay.
Here, we got the rods again. Misty is going to do the L rods. I will ask the questions. If you are the Axeman, will you please cross the rods? Oh yeah. Yep. If your name is Robert, please uncross the rods. Whoa. Did you live in this hotel? If you lived in this hotel, would you please cross the rods? Well, we're getting some clear activity with this. Why don't you take a break for a second? Put it down. Okay, how did you feel? I could feel those rods wanting to actually do more than
Yeah, like I really felt like this one here was really wanting to go swing out like really
at me.
good.
Oh yeah. I feel that people who stay at this hotel are going to have all sorts of creepy feelings in this room in particular, and in the rooms that we were in before. I'm sure that they have activity there. We cannot be the only people that are detecting this paranormal activity.
I guarantee you, we probably are not the only people.
The other thing too, I keep being drawn to down in the courtyard. I feel like there's some stuff that is going on down there too. I feel like there is
darker.
Sinister even. This place is multi-layered. It truly is. It's multi-layered. But the one that wants to contact us tonight and the one that is letting us know that he's here is the Axeman.
All right, Carrie, I just thought it would be really cool that if we would come downstairs and the room directly under the Axeman's room to kind of see what goes on, because what happens is with the paranormal, it doesn't happen in just one spot. No. Just because that's his reported room, the activity doesn't stay there. It kind of goes to the surrounding area, so I thought it would be cool if we just kind of checked out the room below.
I think that's great.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Ovilus and go in, and we're going to go in and see if we can get some words and kind of communicate with him using another equipment that we have.
Okay, let's do that. Great. Wait a second. Whoa. I don't know if I get a real funny feeling in this room. I'm not.
You're not comfortable about coming in?
You know,
well, you know what?
I feel like
you may be onto something, because guess what? My Ovilus isn't working.
And I've gone into places where I, don't feel welcome, but I feel that this man, the more we are onto him, the more he doesn't want us here. And I started walking in that room, and what I felt was somebody pushed me in my solar plexus. It felt like somebody was like, stop. No, stop. So I think he's wanted us to know who he is. I really do. I think that this guy, enjoyed being a killer and enjoyed outwitting everybody. But I feel like this may be his real domain, right? His lair is this part of the hotel.
And he's protective of this part.
Of this particular part of it, his room and what's below.
What I'm wondering, and I'm picking up, is I'm wondering if he was maybe some kind of handyman.
Well, he was physically fit, from what I'm getting. Again, I get the guy grew up on a farm. Mm-hmm. He could have been
maybe here.
A groundsman. Yeah, he could have been a groundsman.
Well, we have one more piece of equipment that we have not used.
Yes, you do. Yes.
And I know that you were kind of hesitant for being in the room.
Yes.
But do you think that we could go ahead and maybe actually communicate with the spirit of the Axeman?
Well, I think we have already, but yeah, we could...
like with another piece of equipment?
Sure, we can try one more thing.
One more?
Yeah.
Let's just try it, and then if that doesn't, then we'll just call it a night.
Okay, terrific.
All right.
Well, here we go. This is what Misty was wanting to do. It is a different kind of little equipment that you don't usually see on ghost hunter shows. It's old school. And this is what you would call a kind of Ouija board type of device, where it is a board that has a lot of letters, numbers, words, and this is what's called a planchette right here. This is a planchette, and the planchette sits on the board, and each of us take a finger and put it on the board. And tonight what we're going to do is we're going to wrap it up and see what we get, see what extra information we get.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to put one finger on there.
All right.
You want to do this very lightly. You don't want to direct it. You just want to put one finger on there. And then Misty's going to put her finger on there as well. And we're going to see if it moves around a little and see what happens. Whoa. Sometimes what it'll do is just kind of get to know the board. Is there somebody here who wants to communicate with us?
It's R.
If this is still the Axeman, could you please indicate by moving the planchette? Oh boy. Whoa. Close. Close.
Yep.
Okay. Would you like us to leave? Yes. Can you tell us how many people you murdered?
It says 3.
I think that this is really a haunted hotel. I'm a little lightheaded from doing that. I felt something coming through.
Okay.
But and when you're a medium like we are, this is an interesting thing to use, but we don't need it.
Right.
The spirits come to us, they come through us. And sometimes it takes a little bit of a toll. And I don't want to connect with him anymore, really. I think
our night is done.
I think our night is done. I think this is a very haunted hotel, though. If you are looking for a paranormal experience in New Orleans, I would definitely give a thumbs up to the haunted hotel. And I feel that you would not be at all disappointed if you're looking to connect with something here.
But it's definitely an active place, and I would
active,
definitely put it on your bucket list or the top of your list of things to do when you come to New Orleans, or even on a staycation here in New Orleans.
Here
I mean,
in
this
New
is a
Orleans.
perfect time with the
It
COVID and
truly
everything to
is,
come
yeah.
and spend the night here.
So please, join us for more Paranormal New Orleans. I'm New Orleans psychic and medium Carrie Roy, and this is my friend Misty Gaither. Thanks, and if you have anything that you would like investigated, or if you have a paranormal property that you would like Misty and I to go and check out and see what's happening there, you can reach us either through Paranormal New Orleans on Facebook or Paranormal New Orleans TV at gmail.com. So follow us, like us, stay around and watch us. We are doing this because we just love showing y'all the interesting stuff from the other side.